Mike with Left Hook Boxing here, just commenting on last night's big fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Um, what everyone expected to be probably a barn burner. To those who don't really know boxing, it probably would have been a bit disappointing. It was not that disappointing to me, just because I know that both of these guys are natural counterpunchers. And so when you have two natural counterpunchers coming together, it's kind of difficult to make it a very sort of exciting fight because naturally they're going to do what they do naturally. And that's kind of what I saw happen. Even though Teal was trying to be the aggressor, more the aggressor in the fight, I thought Teal could have fought better. This is what I saw. I saw one guy being Shakur who had a very disciplined game plan. And Shakur said it. He said that he studied Teal, he looked at lots of tape, and he knew his flaws, where he does wrong, the things that he does very good. And I thought that Teal looked like they did not really have a game plan. They looked like they were just depending on Teal's athleticism. Teal fights a lot on instinct, as you can tell. Um, he kind of reminds me of like a Roy Jones, but just not as good as Roy Jones, obviously. And I think that was a tale of the fight. Um, this is why Shakur is probably going to be around for a long time. He's very disciplined. He will not move away from that which makes him great. You saw once he had a plan with that jab and he stuck to that jab. He never moved away from that jab. He kept at it all night long. Another thing with Shakur is he is confident enough to stay in the pocket. And a lot of people say he doesn't hit hard. He might not be a one punch knockout artist, but he hits hard enough to get your respect. And what that means is that no one's going to be running in on Shakur. And so when you pair that with his boxing skills, his obviously superior boxing skills, I thought this was going to be a much more competitive fight, to be honest with you. And in fact, I said maybe if Teal can get things going, um, he could probably beat Shakur. Um, but that didn't happen. Does Teal have the talent? Yes. But does he have the discipline to stick with a disciplined fight plan to beat someone like Shakur, not just depending on his athleticism? I don't know. I don't know. So that's what that's my analysis of yesterday's fight. Kudos to both guys for getting together in this day and age when fighters don't like to fight each other. They got over that and they fought each other. Two young, in their prime fighters. Tio can still come back and win a couple more championships. I just don't think that he would ever win against Shakur because he just doesn't have the style nor the temperament to do it. But that's just my opinion. I didn't watch the other cards, the other fights on the undercard, so I can't say much about those. Kudos to Keyshawn for beating Ortiz. Ortiz is a tricky fighter. Good stoppage. Oh, the other thing I wanted to comment on is, I mean, Conor Ben seems to be everywhere these days. He's got a way of injecting himself into the current. He's elevating himself beyond where he should be. Connor's biggest fights have been against Eubank and Chris Eubank Jr. And even then, he lost one and he won one. And even the last time that when he beat Chris Eubank Jr., good that he beat him. However, Chris was definitely dehydrated. That was not the Chris Eubank Jr. that fought him the first time. Um, however, however, some wrinkles here. If Conor fights uh, um, Shakur at 147, which is at welterweight, I don't know. That might be interesting because Connor's the kind of guy who's going to go for it. He will be throwing punches the whole 12 rounds. He's got some pop too. But then so does Teal. All right. But again, at this point in time, I'm probably not going to be betting against Shakur Stevenson. With the discipline that he has, with his ring craft, he's going to be a tough guy to beat. So there you have it. Good fight card. Good fights, obviously. But turned out kind of the way I was expecting it to, just because of the styles of these guys and the temperament as well. All right, well, looking forward to 2026, some major fights in 2026, and I'll probably be commenting and analyzing a little more. This is a new channel, and so I'm doing it individually at the moment, hoping to get to more, fights and interview more fight personalities. And I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you do, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Take care of yourself. Bye.